Hi, this is Antonio Menez, and I'm just going to give you a very quick and brief overview of the process of one of the pages that I'm creating for the Melody in Art, which is a children's book that's being created for a publisher. And usually I start off with just a story and a script, and from there I just go into reference material, and I have pretty much, I'll just pull out all the previous work that I've had, and I'll just lay it out in front of me just so that I have something that's for me to see, so I can keep the pages consistent with the story. So I'll usually just have the script and the story, details, everything right in front of me, including with the work that's already been done. It's extremely important for me to feel comfortable during the work process, and I like to have everything in front of me. I listen to music while I'm working most of the time, whether it's painting, drawing, even just doing computer work. I like to listen to music, so I like to listen to, I put on some R&B, I put on some rap, I put on some alternative, some punk, some rock, anything that just kind of soothes me and helps my brain to wander off into the process. Usually what I do is I start off on a Bristol board paper, and it's good quality paper, and I just pencil from there, and I try to render out each character, breaking down the anatomy, and working with structure and working with detail, and just trying to find the best possible form for the story that's trying to be told, that's being told, that's being said, for people to read. Usually, if I don't feel comfortable with something that's not working out, I'm not afraid to rub it out and start over again, as long as it's not too much to rub out. Usually, I do go over a lot of my own lines. You'll see that I'll go over already some of the work that's already been done when I'm penciling, just so I can feel a little bit more confident with the work that I've already created, and it builds up. Helps me to think of what I'm going to be doing next during the penciling process. Usually I start from the top down, but this time I actually started. If it's just straightforward cartooning, which is with cartooning, I can go all out. I can start from the bottom up, the top down. There really is no real rule that states that you have to start one way. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I usually start from the head down. Sometimes I'll go from the legs up. It's not really important, as long as the story is being told. By the end of the process, I feel pretty good at the end of the page, because I know that the piece is already done, and I usually like to use space on a page. I can't squeeze everything together, because I like to blow things up and really get a look at what's being put on the page. I'll usually use, if I make, I'm looking always for mistakes. If I can't find any mistakes, I'll go over the details to make sure I have everything pat down, because later on I don't want to have to come back and fix up a ton of things, which I usually have to do anyway. With the inking, I use thick lines, thin lines, but I ink all my work, and it's not just for show, but it is for the scanner. The scanner separates the contrast between the black and the white, and it picks that up automatically. So inking is just as important as the penciling, just for this process. And once it's done inked, I throw it into the scanner. I scan it at about 300 dpi, dots per inch, on my scanner, which is an 8x11. I've thought about upgrading to an 11x14, but the 8 and 11 so far is pretty good. I'm not having too many problems with that, and I just scan in. Now I try to boost up the image contrast, just so I can, because once you scan in the image, sometimes it's already picking up the black and white from the ink in the page, but sometimes you really have to, it's a little bit faded out. I'm not sure if that's from the hardware, the glass, from the scanner, or just that the ink is not strong enough to really darken it up. So I usually have to throw it into Photoshop and darken up the inks a lot more. And once I do that, I begin just cleaning up the image a little bit with little marks and scratches from the ink, because usually it's not digital, right? It's all free-handed ink. So I usually have to clean it up. You probably think it's a it's a very slow, process of doing, but really it's really fast, and it doesn't take up too much time. Usually I do, like right now, I have to go in and I have to use a drawing tablet because I forgot some of the details on the character's sleeve. So I do have to go in with the drawing tablet. I do have to sometimes have to draw some of the stuff digitally on the monitor on the computer. But by the end, I'm always pretty happy with what the outcome is. It looks exactly how I thought it would in my head, because usually I can see all this happening even before it's created. It's already in my head. So I lay out my colors first. In this case, because the cartoons are very simple, the characters are very simplified, it really is just basic colors: red, purple, orange, and I just have to throw them on. So it's like a pieces in a puzzle. I just throw them in, and it's pretty simplified to do. If I was going to do something much more realistic or something like that, I'd be working with gradients and with shadowing and textures and stuff like that. But in this case, it's very simple to do. It is only a children's kids book, and just the basic form at this point, and color is just important, and the lettering, which is done usually. I go into Illustrator, and I have a whole bunch of templates made up in Illustrator: balloons, thought balloons, noises, noise effects, all kinds of things that I can bring into Photoshop. So I'll usually just open up Illustrator, I'll go through my templates, I'll select them, throw them back into Photoshop, and set them up like pieces on a puzzle, like I said before, and just play around with everything to get it to look right and to tell the story the way how I want it to look. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, as long as the piece comes out the way how I want, then I'm a happy man, and that's it. And I usually get what I want by the end of the day. Each page does take me a day, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw and what you heard.